Well, there are renewed calls for solitary confinement to be scrapped in Queensland prisons. There have been many reports in the past lambasting the use of the punishment. The mental well-being of prisoners has been shown to severely deteriorate the longer they're kept alone. So far, the state government has not engaged with those who want the law changed, but some frontline correctional officers agree that the practice should be stopped. Ben, these are convicted criminals. Jail isn't meant to be easy, so is the government correct to continue allowing this practice to go ahead?
I think what's interesting about this is that I do think that, you've committed the crime, so you've got to do the time. However, I don't necessarily think that there should be long-term effects that prevent these people from joining society and being able to redeem themselves in some way. And some of the horrific cases of people coming out of these situations are proving that I think that they're a little bit too tough. And I think what we need to do when we are making sure that criminals, how am I going to say this? I think when we are trying to make sure that they are being prisoned correctly, we need to keep reevaluating those situations, because if it is unnecessary to inflict pain on somebody inside those walls, it is going to be really difficult for them to go back into society. And I guess sometimes we're a little bit colorblind when it comes to talking about people going to jail. I think sometimes we think it's like the movies, oh, that person went to jail forever. People go to jail for 3 months, 6 months, or, short periods of time. And those people have a right to really get back on the road. That's what I think.
Sure they do. But we've got to accept there's also a reason they're in solitary confinement. Each is an individual case, but I don't believe that they'd be put in solitary confinement for no reason whatsoever. Robert, what are your thoughts on this? Oh, sorry, Ben, go on.
I just want to quickly say, I definitely think that those rules have been put in place for a reason, and I have agreed with that. I think that those conditions were fine. But then when I did my research, I then was a little bit concerned, because I was like, I'm just really concerned for people who have long-term effects that prevent them from being able to join society again. And maybe we need to relook at that. Sorry,
well, that's a whole issue with the prison system, that many people say that prisoners become institutionalised, and when they go outside, because they're given breakfast, lunch and dinner, told when to sleep, told when to train, all those kind of things, that they actually can't adjust to life on the outside where they have free will. So that's not just solitary confinement, that's the jail system altogether. But Robbo, I'll give you the last word on this one.
When you think about prison, I think it is just a massive failure, and there are so many layers to this that we could talk about for hours and hours and hours. But jail certainly doesn't have a good reputation as being a rehabilitator. If anything, it is totally the opposite of that. I did a story once at Bunbury Regional Prison, and the warden there, wonderful woman, said to me, "You go to prison as punishment, not for punishment." That's always really stuck with me. You're in jail now, unless you're doing something bad, like you shanked someone in the showers or something, then yeah, you go to solitary confinement, you need to be removed. But I also think that it glosses over the issues. I don't have the stats, but I would suggest that a lot of people who are in prison have mental health issues or drug issues or alcohol issues or, various mental health issues as a whole. And that's not being taken into context or into account when someone's being shoved in a room for 23 hours a day. Because they've acted out or something like that. There must be a better way, because in the end, it doesn't help society, it doesn't help the community, it doesn't help the prisoner, and it doesn't help the victims either, because there will most likely be more.
It's the Ben, Rob and Robbo, Ben, Rob and Robbo Show. Ben, Rob and Robbo Show.